In our world, there is a stark divide. On one side, customers are constantly buying products, sometimes without a second thought. On the other side, companies are raking in millions, mastering the art of selling these products to the masses. Imagine this. While many of us are grinding away at our 9-to-5 jobs, others are crafting strategies to hijack our minds, making us almost helplessly buy their products no matter how silly, weird, dumb, or ridiculous they may be. Sure, we understand why we buy Apple products, cutting-edge gadgets, or even useful kitchen supplies, but why do we end up buying the silly, ridiculous items that seem utterly pointless, yet we can't help buying them? How do these simple, seemingly absurd products make millions while we struggle to get by at our regular jobs? What if we could unlock the secret behind these wildly successful, weird products? Could we replicate their success? And maybe make millions for ourselves? Or, at very least, make a solid income from home? To where we could finally break free from our 9-to-5 shackles and live life like it is truly meant to be lived? Let's dive deep into the world of quirky, million-dollar ideas and discover the strategies that turn ridiculous into riches. Stay tuned, because what we uncover might just change your perspective and your fortune. Which product at first glance do you think would be making boatloads of money? This unique and innovative tech-filled glasses by the giant company that is Google, or some random guy selling a resource that we all, no matter how rich or poor, have free access to? Canned air. Yes, the guy is selling canned air. And the canned air guy is actually making over $800,000 doing so. While Google, on the other hand, lost hundreds of millions of dollars on their unique and seemingly amazing product. So the real question is, if some random guy can make tons of money selling air, what exactly causes some products to succeed while others totally fail? No matter the company and the budget behind it. And more importantly, how can you be the next canned air guy making millions easily? In 1977, Joe Pideau, an entrepreneur and advertising executive, discovered a unique and quirky idea that would eventually become a household name. During a simple trip to a hardware show in Chicago, Pideau came across a terracotta figurine that sprouted chia seeds. And I think you know where I'm going with this. Creating a fur-like growth, intrigued by its potential, he saw an opportunity to transform this simple little concept into a hit product. Pideau purchased the rights to the product and worked on refining its design. He chose a shape of a ram for what he called Chia Pet, believing its recognizable and appealing form would attract customers. The figurine was designed to be easy to use. Soak in the water, spread the chia seeds, and watch it grow. A nice little low-maintenance pet for yourself and your kids. Launched in 1982, the Chia Pet became an instant sensation, selling hundreds of thousands of units in its first year alone. Over the decades, the product line expanded to include various shapes and popular culture icons, maintaining its status as a beloved novelty item. To date, over 15 million Chia Pets have been sold, demonstrating the enduring appeal of this quirky and ironic product. Okay, so cha-cha Chia Pet. We all know them, we all love them with all of our hearts. I myself have at least 30 of them. But what actually made this product so successful? How could something so simple and so weird have such a massive success? Is the key to success just having a humorous, unique product? Or is the novelty factor that made it a success? Because people love quirky, unique things, right? That has to be the reason, right? You see, I've always been, and you probably have been as well, fascinated by just those strange products that somehow become million-dollar hits. Okay, so today I'm setting out on a journey to discover why some of these products succeed and why some of them fail. But, more specifically, what makes certain weird products winners, what makes some others failures, what we can learn from them, and most importantly, how we can do the same to make our fortune in the simplest way possible. So, back to the Chia Pet. Looking deeper, I don't actually think it had anything to do solely with just it was unique and novel. Granted it is. Come to think of it, it has great marketing behind the product itself. Because as the real genius behind the Chia Pet's success lay in its marketing. Pideau's team created a memorable commercial, featuring the catchy, as ever, cha-cha
There's a new pet.
Chia jingle, and these ads frequently played during the holidays, turning the Chia Pet into a popular gift item, right? The combination of whimsical nature and effective advertising quickly captured the public's imagination. That has to be it. The success is due to marketing 100%. Right? But, I don't know about you, but I saw kind of the commercials in the news about, in the past, those sweet Google glasses. These ones right here. No, not really, but you remember those? Right now, you should be able to pull out your Amazon Fire Phone, right? No, of course not. Google and Amazon are some of the biggest companies in the world with endless budgets and the best marketers around, yet they still failed fantastically. So it cannot just be the marketing alone. Otherwise, Google and therefore Amazon would have made it work with almost a $900 million budget for these sexy as all tech-filled glasses, right? Okay, well, maybe my scope is too narrow. I think I need to uncover and look for some more products to see if we can find out the true reason why the Chia Pet was successful. And in general, just weird products. Okay, so here, look for a second. Look at these products that I just came across. Right here, we got this sick and just oh so fashionable umbrella hat. For those absolutely with zero style and an impressive level of laziness, right? Silly, but useful. Or what about the remote controlled pillow? Kind of cool, actually, right? For the times you just love and cannot wait to sleep in public places. This is your answer. Or if you're mad at your boyfriend and you want to send him some subliminal messages of just how mad you really are, because instead of just chopping the banana, slicing one slice at a time, wham! You can slice the whole thing one fell swoop, sending nightmares to your boyfriend and impending apologies. And of course, after you've made up because of your massive threats, you can cuddle together in no ordinary blanket. No. For those real Mexican food Chipotle lovers like myself, you can cuddle together in the globally loved burrito blanket. And I think we can all agree that these products are awesome. But what more are they exactly, right? What made them something millions of people have bought? No matter how silly and irrelevant they may be, people bought them. Hell, you may be wrapped up in the burrito blanket right now. Well, I would say the one thing, now that I think about it, that all of these have in common, along with the Chia Pet, of course, is they serve a specific purpose. They all have a job to do and fulfill, right? They do something specific for the customer that they either find useful or just they enjoy. Oh, hey, don't mind that. So, back to what we're doing. The product I was shopping for, bed sheets. What I found is the product's doing something specific for the customer that they either found useful or enjoyable may not actually be the case after all. Because if you think about it, startups fail all the time. They get all this money and they launch a very interesting and useful product, yet no one really buys it. Products like the juicer with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capabilities, allowing you to juice at a professional and luxurious level. Or the Air Umbrella, which basically was a concept of an innovative umbrella that used a fan to create an air shield, pushing raindrops away and keeping you dry. Talk about style. And don't even get me started on the sleeper that is the fork with a built-in sauce dispenser. Talk about eating at a luxurious next level. That's the life I'm about. Aren't all of these just so useful? Okay, of course all of these failed gloriously, but I shall not give up. I'm going to dive back into the internet product research rabbit hole. Try not to, of course, discover something scarring, and, hopefully I can come back and up for air and find something that has a common thread between them all. To where I finally find something that screams, this is why I'm successful, so that we can replicate this for ourselves and make some fat stacks. Sound good? Okay. See you in a second. Okay, so I did it. After a few more hours of research, I found a lot of very different products that all have succeeded highly. So these next products actually grew from tens of millions up to hundreds of millions of dollars in just a few short years. So these are going to be good. So let's see if you can spot the patterns with these that I've noticed. Make sure to comment down below what you think of each one and actually have you used them. First one on deck here are the Allbirds shoes, jumping into a saturated market that is shoes, in which they skyrocketed to really over $100 million valuation. But what exactly are these? They're just eco-friendly shoes made from sustainable products. So basically they're just, tree hugger shoes. Imagine that, right? Shoes good for the environment. You can't really hate that, right? I guess people get behind it. Obviously tons have. And that brings me now to this guy right here.
I'm about to drink some mud.
And I think you should too.
The internet guy who sells and promotes drinking mud. Where really mud water is just a coffee alternative made with a blend of organic stuff, right? It essentially offers a lower caffeine beverage compared to coffee, and you get the jitters and you crash with coffee, but with the mud water you don't. This worked real well, and the unique branding associated with the health conscious angle led them to being valued over $60 million. Not too bad for some mud water if you ask me. Now next up, my favorite because I am a serial whore. I am a serial killer. Got him. Enter Magic Spoon, a line of high-protein, low-carb breakfast cereals designed just to be an alternative to the sugary cereals, which is great because, we all love cereal. Maybe not as much as me. I would challenge you on that. but we don't like all the sugar and the terribleness for you. So it tastes great, it's healthy, it's fun, resulting in over $100 million valuation. And then of course there's some honorable mentions, native deodorant offering a more sustainable, safe, aluminum-free type approach to body wash and deodorant. Another $100 million company. And of course we can't forget the OG daddy, the Scrub Daddy. The smiley face kitchen sponge that blew Shark Tank up. But this one little sponge is worth over $50 million. So again, what do all of these have in common and what made them so successful? So people love pets, but they don't want to deal with a pet. So there's Chia Pet, right? People love coffee, but they don't want the caffeine, so there's Mud Water. People love cereal, but they don't want all the sugar and the shit, so here's Magic Spoon. People love being clean, but they don't want all the parabens and aluminum and chemicals, so here's Native. So what's the deal here then? It seems like they're offering an alternative to something that people don't like about common mainstream products, right? They're unique. They're something customers want, but that's not it. We kind of already covered that. Unique and something customers want, right? That brings us back to the umbrella hat. Well, of course. Wait, hold on. That's it 100%. They all give customers what they want with a unique spin on it. Right? They all do this as a unique spin. They all have very unique spins that separate them from the competition and help them stand out, giving the customer at the same time what they want, but standing out, right? But, okay, I'm not going to call the eureka moment yet until I'm 100%. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pull up my sleeves. I'm going to do some more research on some products to see if I can confirm or deny this. Well, guess what? I disapproved it. Shit! Okay, well, during my research, I found this, the coolest cooler of them all. Pretty sweet, right? The coolest cooler. Basically, it was just a complete redesign of the cooler to make it, well, cooler, right? And better, I guess. It quickly gained attention due to its features, like just being a sick-ass cooler. Now it's not just this plain plastic cooler, it now has a blender. It now is waterproof, it now has Bluetooth speaker, USB chargers, LED light, bottle opener, and so much more built into one pint-sized, amazing cooler. A party in a box, if you ask me. But, sadly, this cooler, the coolest cooler, fell just flat on its face. All due to one simple reason. You think you know what it is? Because if you just look at the cooler market, they're all the same. They all do the job just fine. The issue is the founder made all these cool, amazing innovations and changes to the cooler. While it was cool, and it did make the coolest cooler of them all, but the market didn't see the necessity for them. Plus, get this, the baby weighed like 30 pounds with nothing in it.
Almost 50 years.
It weighs 40 pounds without anything inside it. It serves no purpose.
So really, you just have the choice of if you're trucking to a campsite, you either carry your child or you bring the cooler. So I guess the child stays in the hot car. Ooh, that's going to trigger some people. Joking, of course. But, all right, so let's take things back a second to the Chia Pet with all that we've learned. What made this Chia Pet succeed while the coolest cooler did not, along with so many others? As we learned, the coolest cooler, you cannot just add features for the shit of it when there's no problem to actually be solved. So, if you can't just add features where there's no problem to be solved, wait, that's it. There has to be a very specific problem to be solved. The Chia Pet solved a problem. And you may be like, well, Rhett, what problem did that stupid Chia Pet solve? Pretty simple. It didn't solve the problem for the kid as much. It's solving the problem for the parent. That being, these kids all across the world wanted pets. But the parents did not want to get their stupid kid a pet that's going to shit all over the house, and one that they're not actually going to take care of. So, what do these smart and, I guess, kind of half-assed parents do for their lovely, stupid little kids? They get them a rock.
That's just a stupid boulder.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock.
Well, they're not the worst parents out there. They didn't get them just a rock. Sorry, Pet Rock. But they got them something a little bit better for them and their kids. The Chia Pet rock. But that's not the point. This is a real boy in which you just water and take care of, and it's cheap, it's easy, it's clean, it's alive, it doesn't shit all over the house. And your stupid little kid's happy. That's the problem being solved. And now, if you look back at all those other products that we talked about, they all solved a problem. If you want to be covered in the rain, but you don't want to carry an umbrella hat. If you want a pillow, but you want to carry it with you, remote control pillow. You want to have sliced bananas, but you don't want to just slice them a bunch of times individually, banana slicer. They all solved a specific problem that customers actually had, where there was not already currently a solution to that problem in the market, and the product came in and specifically solved that problem or pain, and therefore customers are happily paying for it. They all solved a painful problem customers would pay a solution for. But the catch is here. The solution cannot be something that takes forever, is super hard and difficult and confusing. Let's be real. If you're overweight, you don't want to buy a diet program and an exercise program. You don't want to go to the gym and not eat food and force yourself to work out. You'd rather prefer just to have fat loss surgery, even though both the solutions solve the problem. One solves the customer's problem a lot quicker, easier, that's a word, easier and without much effort. And the key here is, the takeaway is, if you can do this, you could make millions. Or, at very, very least, for those that can't wrap their head around millions, you could at least make a great income from home, allowing you to quit your job and live life on your own terms. So, you see, at the end of the day as an entrepreneur, you only get rewarded if you solve difficult, painful, and in-demand problems that the market needs. That is where you get rewarded. But, hold on a second. The most important question of them all is, how can you actually apply this information to make money yourself? Because now we know the secret that these big companies are using that make you buy these products. But how can you use this knowledge to make money for yourself and get out of that 9-to-5 job, or at least make some extra money from home? Well, luckily for you, based on this video, I've put a very specific training together to walk you through exactly that. So what you want to do is click the first link in the description and you can access it for free. So me and the Google Glasses will say goodbye for now.